right, so here we go again. We were just building off camera, nice little build. So let's get this on camera. Yasharon, you was getting ready to build on something, man. So I'm gonna put you back in the spot.
Oh, man.
Let you touch on that. You was getting ready to debunk what Tracy was saying.
Not debunk. I was only we were building basically peace, love, and life family about different schools of thought and how at some point there will be contradictions. And I was saying because of everything is subject to interpretation, so we can be presented with the same information, but our own interpretation of that, which is then internalized, and then we believe outwardly is gonna, might be different. So we can see the same movie, and we can have different interpretations of what that movie meant, depending on your personality, who you are. So we all gonna go through different schools of thought. There's different ideologies, this and that, man. It's always cool to discuss them. So that's all.
That's very powerful what you said.
Sister.
No. I was just trying to get a little laugh in real quick, but that's powerful what you said. Because you said we could all watch the same movie and come out of it with a different story, different version. And I believe that could be the same thing with religion. And my question to you guys is, if one specific religion is absolute and correct, whether it's Islam, Hebrew Israelite, Christianity, whatever, Judaism, whatever, if one of them is absolute and correct, why is it that God blesses other people who believe something else? So if your religion is absolutely correct, I'm saying not you guys, but I'm saying for people who are believers, how can they say that their religion is absolute and correct, and people who don't subscribe to that religion, why are they being blessed?
Well, I won't go too deep into it. I'll just say that that's almost the same perspective of atheists. If you know anything about what they believe that, just because I was born in this region of the planet and I was brought up in a certain religion, how can you condemn me for not believing in your religion? That's just based on region. If I'm Hindu, that's because my parents are and where we come from. And if I'm a Christian in America, I'm going by what my parents taught me. So I don't think that people should be ostracized, and I don't think it's my God blessing your God. I mean, my God giving your God a blessing, or you're getting a blessing from my God, and I think that's really just confusing to most people. I think that at the end of the day, there is a supreme being, or a we're all connected to the universe, and I think that the connection, the foundation for all those religions, is the fact that they believe in something. So.
Okay. Let's introduce yourself to the people. Who are you guys? We always gonna go with the queen first. So.
Well, I'm Sun Tara.
Okay. And to your left we have
Kai Hotel. You know what it is.
All right. To your right we have.
Hey, it's Yasharon Moon, peace, love, and life family, and Black Power.
Okay. I'm behind the camera. I'm Sonny in the suit, and this is the family. We're growing. We're here in Houston. And if you're interested in coming and recording with us, sharing your point of views, whether you're a Hebrew Israelite, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever you want to represent, you are more than welcome to come out and record with us and share your story. We are looking for other people to promote this unity union that we're trying to create here in Houston. So, we just sit and build all the time and just have great, amazing builds. And it just came to us that we should put this on camera and share it with the people, So this is what I want to just start today. Let's just have a build. Let's just let it flow natural and do what we normally do, I like the camera's not here.
Yeah.
So, we were talking a little bit about resurrection, right?
True.
Right. Santero, you want to go ahead and open up, because you always open up so well and get the ball rolling. So we're gonna count on you today.
Resurrection in what sense? You gotta give me a different question.
Well, you don't believe in it. You don't believe our ancestors.
Reincarnation?
I'm sure. Okay, reincarnation. Maybe I said it wrong. See, this is why we need you here. So reincarnation. We were talking about reincarnation. You don't believe in that, right?
Well, I'm coming into different perspectives and different knowledge, and up to this point, what I have come to learn about reincarnation
Mm-hmm.
is that we were talking about the number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mentioned that the Beats headphones, which I know a lot of people are into, the whole Dr. Dre Beats, it's a $1 billion company, and stuff like that, it's kind of red flags because it just kind of came out of nowhere with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying that it's not really a B, it's a 6. And
Agreed.
you put the 6s together, and when you get an 8, and you turn that 8 over, and it's the infinity symbol, and I was saying that represents, one representation of it is the fact that our souls are being reincarnated into this X-Hex planet, or this system, I should say. Because, we're not moving up or getting to that higher level and higher dimensions because we are constantly being reincarnated. And I know there are other ancestors in different tribes and, who believe in different things. But from my perspective, where I'm coming from, is that in this system that we're in with all the things that we're getting, television, radio stations, the food, all of that is keeping us here, stuck here, and we're not able to elevate and really fulfill our purposes as human beings on this planet. So that's where I'm coming from with the whole resurrection, reincarnation bit.
Okay. Anybody want to build on what the sister just dropped down?
I think she did.
See, now I thought I could be wrong, but I thought that the infinity symbol, I thought that represented life. I thought that was a positive symbol.
I said one perspective.
Okay.
Give
That
you both sides.
And I was coming from the 6, and you put 2 6s together, and
Okay.
the 666, that's something too, But that's you have like a 6 this way, a 6. If you connect them, then you get that 8, and you have a lot of those rappers and stuff throwing this up and all that. It's a 6, and it's keeping your soul, your spirit trapped in this system, in this 3-dimensional world.
Now, I know some of the scholars that we watch or we agree with and disagree with, like Zion Lex, he speaks on the Hebrew language, and he says that I think each letter of the Hebrew language has a numerical value and all other stuff. I know, Yashran, you have some of the Hebrew Bibles in your phone.
Yeah.
Like, you want to share what you know about the Hebrews, the Hebrew language, or?
Definitely. I don't want to speak.
I know you're not a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, for the whole Hebrew Israelite community, I want them in my head, so we're going to be at this all day. But I partially came into, I guess, what you would call consciousness through a Hebrew ideology or perspective when I was first getting put on. I was kind of going between that and Phil Valentine. So definitely the Hebrews, the culture and the language has much to offer as far as information. Like he said, each letter has numerical value. I don't know all the letters off the top of my head. I have to go into my notes, but I know the W or the Wav. I think that has a numerical value of 6. That's why when you go to websites, it'd be www.whatever.com. www is Wav, which is 666. It's not. A lot of people associate the 666 with being evil. It's not. You have to understand, I can take a gun, all right, and I can use it to protect myself, or I can use it to inflict harm upon others. So don't take the information as being evil. Is how someone uses that information. You know what I mean? So a lot of people see 666 and they get, Illuminati, evil, and they don't have the understanding. So you have to get the information, you have to do your research, and then understand how that information is being used in order to see, what is what.
That's powerful, because we just had a holiday, and a so-called holiday, Easter
Man.
Sunday,
Man.
and me and you had a build on Easter Sunday, and we were talking about the origins of Christianity. Right? So I know one of our scholars that we admire, John Henry Clark, he said, don't throw away the Bible. You have to understand it. Right? And we understand that the version of Christianity that most Christians follow today is not the original version of Christianity.
Right.
They are following a Roman version of Christianity. And I'm going to go to my brother Kahotep and see if he can build on that part right there.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to understand Christianity, you have to study Syriac, because the oldest church, surviving church, is the Orthodox Church.
Yep.
And they spoke Syriac. So when you study these, you see that they don't romanticize Jesus. So
Mm-hmm.
and you have to know that we are reading from the King James Version of the Bible. So when you say King James Version, who is King James and why we have his version of the Bible?
Mm.
And a lot of these things came about with all these different councils that they had.
Mm.
Starting with Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
So to understand why why a lot of our people, celebrate these holidays, because it's just things that they was taught. A lot of these things came at a different date, as far as like with these different councils when they put in Easter and things of that nature. When Constantine, have all these different bishops to come in, and it took them, right at about 500 years, coming up with this whole concept right here.
Mm-hmm. That was the first 7 councils.
Yes.
That was the first 7, because in all it was 21. And about 500 years was the first, I guess they call it the first 7 great councils. So, yeah, you right on the point. You're going to right on the point with that. I just wanted to just
add that in.
Yeah, I want to throw that in there.
So all it takes is just doing your research. If you want to see where things come from, put in there, use chronology.
Yeah.
See where it originated from. Let's say like with Easter.
Yeah.
What was the first practice when they was using a bunny and eggs? And when did that first start?
Right.
And then just follow the trail. See where it leads to. So that's what we're not doing. And doing that, we'll have a better understanding. I guarantee a lot of Christians will stop doing these. Basically, you're doing a ritual. And you'll stop doing these things, if you understood where they came from, who was practicing it, how it came up into our hands, so.
Man, I want to dig a little deeper before I shoot it to the sister, Santera. How you said about how they romanticize the idea of the Christ. And if you look at that word, romanticize, Roman, you can already tell they hijacked it right there. You see what I'm saying? They basically effeminated. It's almost like a feminine love for this character. You got eros, which is a word they use, which is erotic type of love. And that's kind of the picture that they paint. You know what I'm saying, with the Jesus character. And so again, like you said, we have to go in and we have to study the origins and what were these councils doing, because you don't get the New Testament until you see the calling of the first councils by Constantine, by a guy named I want to say his name is Athanasius. I might be mispronouncing it, but it was his letters in those councils that he wrote, and he introduced the 27 new books. And how they went in and they left out books of the old, I won't say the Old Testament, but the Apocrypha is what they call it. How they left out certain books and they chose those, I think it's 39 in the Old Testament, and chose certain books to be implemented into this new doctrine. And then he introduced the 27 new books, which is the New Testament. So we have to definitely go in and do that research, understand why Easter is celebrated during the time it is, because it's all based off astrology. If you go in and you look at the vernal equinox, see what I'm saying, and why that sometimes Easter may fall in April, sometimes it may fall in March, is because the vernal equinox. And if the March 21st is always the beginning of the new year, January 1st is not the new year. It's in the winter time. How can, when things are still dying off, how could that be the new year? So March 21st, you know what I'm saying, is the new year. Then we have the vernal equinox, and the first full moon after the vernal equinox would be what they would call a resurrection. So you have new life. So that's kind of what we just saying, you know, get into your information, study the history, study the council, study where what you believe in comes from, so you can have a more in-depth understanding as of why these practices or these rituals or certain things like that are taking place. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be continued to, you know, get lied to. So
I want to go ahead and throw my brother. He just walked in. I'm going to get him on camera because he's a powerful brother. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take a seat. We're going to throw you right in the fire, man.
Hey, that's what it is.
You know?
Shalom. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, Queen. Hey, what's going on? Number love, man. That's
You know what I'm saying?
it's all about, man.
Introduce yourself to the
Hey,
people.
man, I'm Sid, co-host of a radio program that comes on, Conscious Mindset. And our whole mindset is to elevate. And as the brother was saying, peep the information, understand exactly what's going on, what's transpiring. Because the only way that we're able to be deceived is through deception and through lies and through mis and disinformation. And many of our people have been confused into thinking that we're everything but what we are. And as long as we're away from what we are, we'll be far away from our true purpose and the divine light that's guiding us and uplifting us and giving us the strength. And this brother has it right on his hat, you know. When we begin to look at each other as God and God assists, then we'll be able to manifest and create and continue to build.
And I just want to say I checked out the radio show. It was powerful. The brother was dropping some great knowledge. He has a panel. Also, good brothers and sisters with great knowledge. I think you had a doctor on last time I checked. I think it was 2 Sundays ago. You had a doctor on. He was dropping some powerful information. How can people get to the radio station?
Oh man, you can get through the radio station 90.1 KPFT if you're in Houston or the surrounding areas, or you know you can go on the World Wide Web. They haven't shut us down completely, even though you know they're coming through with WikiLeaks trying to shut everybody down and spreading that real information because they don't want the black man to wake up. But it's time and season, so www.kpft.org. We're streaming live. You can listen to it anytime on the archive. And the whole point is, it's, as we say, the most revolutionary 90 minutes because you haven't heard black men stand up not exploiting the people. See, that's what we have right now. We got a whole bunch of brothers that the only reason why they speaking and teaching is because the check has been cut. And it ain't been cut by us because we ain't really got 2 pennies to rub together. We're struggling and we ain't even working together, which is nonsensical and insane. You don't have a people as small of a population that thinks as an individual. We're so sick we don't even realize that we walking around here saying we have 5 senses. You don't have 5 senses. You have 1 sensor that has 5 capabilities. Your brain controls your taste, your touch, your ability to hear. Those are all controlled by 1. That's the African perspective. It's one. It's oneness. It's whole. Not this duality and this division and this confusion that causes us to be divided, that we walk around here saying I'm light-skinned and dark-skinned. You don't even understand melanation. So when we understand really and captivate ourselves with the right spirit and stop being capitulated in all this darkness and listening to all these pimps and these snake oil salesmen who come around to exploit our women, to lay with them, and to destroy their purity and their virtue. And they come in the name of righteousness, but we know they're nothing but wicked vipers and demons.
I told you, I warned y'all. I said, my brother said to come in here, he gonna come with that fire, and he come with that energy, and he come with that unity talk, and that's why I had to extend the invitation to the brother, because he just comes with that aura that we need in this community, and I commend him for coming out and supporting us, man.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, I appreciate that definitely.
And if you let me just say one more thing, man. I know you brothers gotta go. Oh, okay, go to the next. Okay.
So keep it
Keep it going. See, what has happened, brother, is, you know, Carter G. Woodson thought he was doing something good, and it's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And I say a lot of stuff, you know, that steps on people's toes, but I tell them I actually missed the mark because I was trying to step on your foot. Because, you know what I'm saying? The thing is this, is we've been confused. You know, he walked around saying the miseducation of the Negro.